modern science is thoroughgoingly probabilistic. If you were to try and remake, I mean, they're always raving about the new paradigm in science, and it's always usually some tiny diddling of what they've already got. If you were to really try and remake science, then you would have to replace the assumption of invariability in time with a mathematical statement about its variability. And we'll talk more about that. Science is not reason. Reason is a different domain, and I think anything which is unreasonable, ultimately unreasonable, is just patently absurd. That's why I don't feel great affinity with most of the marching hordes of the New Age, because, the fact of the matter is they don't possess any razors for separating the nuts from the berries. But nevertheless, our intellectual choices are not between the channelers of Lazares and the American scientific establishment. There's a vast set of possibilities in between there and beyond those poles of discourse that can be worked out. Every society that's always existed has had the built-in assumption that they only needed to find out 5% more about reality, and then it would all fall into place, and that they had the right tools for doing that. And but we look back then with this great sense of superiority on the naivete of the ancient Egyptians, the ancient Greeks, the Maya, the 17th century English, everybody. We look back on their naivete. But in fact, our own cultural enterprise is obviously fraught with a peculiar illogic and childishness and naivete. I mean, we're a culture that, robs our children to create a potlatch culture in the present. And this would look fairly pathological from any cultural perspective outside our own. The thing, this is a segue, but it makes sense. The thing that I think psychedelics do that addresses this problem and many, many problems or choke points in our ideological effort to understand what's going on is the contribution that they make is that they dissolve boundaries. And culture, the word virtual reality was used as we went around the circle. Culture is the sanctioned virtual reality. And it is put in place by the machinery of local language, you see. And so then you're born into this circumstance, and you're told, you are a male child, you are a citizen of the United States, you are a Christian, you are a Jew, you will go to college, you will do this. And you never question. It's called the social contract. It hasn't gone unnoticed by Western philosophers. It's gone unnoticed by those of us who are its foremost victims. They try to tell you that you're in a social contract, but when you ask to see your signature on the document, they tell you that you were born into this contract. Well, what the hell kind of contract is that?